Welcome back to Views with Hughes and Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and today's top story: it's possible that Kevin Feige may be leaving Marvel Studios. Please forgive me. I have been under the weather for the past couple of days. I'm still a little sick, but I figure that this story may be really big so far. Okay, so I had to go ahead and suck it up and try to go ahead and give it to you all. All right, so do you think that Kevin Feige is really leaving Marvel Studios, or do you think that it's just something that's false? He's just going to remain there and everything. And also, if he is leaving, where do you think he may be going? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. All right, so it's not much of a surprise that it's being said now with the flopping of the Marvels, as well as many other start of Phase 5 as well as previous Phase 4 failures and everything on Disney Plus, as well as in movies. But this also comes in the heels where Wish is also bombing at the box office at an exponential rate. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the story now. Now, as stated before, Kevin Feige is possibly leaving Marvel Studios. This is so far has been a rumor in the various trades as well as media outlets. So Feige, who many have said was the driving creative force behind Marvel Studios since their initial Disney-owned endeavors, which I have find hard to believe, ushered in the era of the modern cinematic universe, may be on the verge of ending his long-standing tenure with the studio, as suggested in a recent interview with Joanna Robinson on Matthew Bellini's The Town podcast. Robinson, co-author of the comprehensive MCU tell-all book MCU: The Reign of Marvel Studios, actually conveyed her during her podcast appearance that Feige has found himself increasingly stretched thin in recent years. This strain coincides with the underwhelming performance of Marvel films at the box office, and this development doesn't come as a shock to most fans, as nothing exceptional can endure indefinitely. Now, Kevin Feige has been a part of Marvel Studios since 2007, maintaining his distinguished role for nearly 2 decades, enduring both the highs and the lows, including box office disappointments. Now, the recent cancellation of Feige's planned Star Wars project due to Disney's budget constraints and the shift away from large franchises has fueled speculation among insiders that Feige may soon be prepared to depart from the colossal corporation to pursue his own ventures in filmmaking. Not really sure if that's a good idea for him, because of the fact that the matter is, with his track record of hiring like newer directors and everything, for example, Neil DeCosto to head off with the Marvels, as well as others to head off other movies that flopped, like for the Eternals, and even a few others. It's not really a good idea for him to actually continue in anything related to superheroes, let alone filmmaking. All right, but I digress. Now, as Joanna Robinson actually shared during her appearance on The Town, Feige's ultimate aspiration was always to actively engage in filmmaking and create movies. While his time at Marvel has undoubtedly been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the producer may be gearing up to relinquish overarching franchise oversight and immerse himself in the nitty-gritty aspects of writing and directing. This could also explain why Feige didn't actually continue for the position of Disney CEO back in 2021 when Iger retired, as such a role would likely confine him to a non-creative sphere. Now, Bob Iger's subsequent return to the CEO position actually resulted in significant cutbacks to upcoming Marvel and Star Wars projects, and since then, Kevin Feige has navigated Marvel through some of its most tumultuous phases, with films like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, She-Hulk: Attorney at Law, Secret Wars, and the Marvels all falling short of expectations and facing critical scrutiny. Now, considering these developments and the official cancellation of Feige's Star Wars project, it actually appears increasingly likely that the visionary producer is contemplating leaving his current role for good and embarking on a directing career elsewhere. So basically, he's moving on from becoming an executive producer from a film company to actually being a director and a writer. Not sure how that's going to work out, or if it will work out well. But nevertheless, as of now, there's no official confirmation of Kevin Feige's departure from Marvel. Nevertheless, it seems inevitable that the producer will eventually decide to explore new creative avenues or simply take a well-deserved break from the demands of a crazy, sprawling studio machine. So we have here someone who has had a bad track record of hiring those who, for the sake of meeting the DEI initiatives as well as ESG initiative, of producing movies, not ignoring the original IP, ignoring the content, the comics and everything, just for the sake of pushing a certain political agenda. All right. Now, Marvel Studios over the years has definitely become ultra biased, and it's no surprise because it's something that Bob Iger actually approved of, let alone the fact that Kevin Feige actually intended to create it like that. As a way of having the companies to make different monies as well as get more money from the government. So the thing is, and the problem with that, and is that, no one knows who's going to replace him. Who's the replacement to take his place as the executive producer or the Marvel Studios head? I mean, people are saying that, he's leaving Marvel Studios to go ahead and become the new president over at Star Wars. I'm highly doubt that as well. But the fact of the matter is that we have two different phases that's failed at the box office and on Disney Plus. Some like Marvel's flopping, only making upwards over about somewhere in the realms over $100 million and everything. And as well, to be specific, $187 million, $77 million domestically, and it's not going to break even. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not going to break even. It's not going to make back the profits that it spent. It's not over, the fact that it's a female-centric movie. It's the fact that it was poorly written. And people also knew and anticipated how bad it was going to be. There's also Wish. I know it's not related to Marvel Studios. Wish also flopped in the box office, so far only making $45 million worldwide, $32 million domestically. All right, but the fact of the matter is, with the failures of movies such as Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, as well as shows on Disney Plus like She-Hulk, Secret Invasion, as well as even the Marvels in the box office failing. This is no surprise for the fact that right about now we would hear something like this about Kevin Feige. Not sure if it's true, but I'm just putting it out there just to keep in mind. Okay, so this is also due to the fact that with the bias woke cultural aspects being put into different IPs that has nothing to do with them. I mean, those who were core audiences, I mean, granted, they put these things out there to see, like, gain new audiences and stuff, to find it as relatable for how people see themselves within these characters in these films. But the problem is, these characters, these comic books and stuff weren't really intended to be made for that, let alone even the fact that those who they're trying to reach out to actually become a part of the fandom and stuff, they're not really interested in stuff like this at all. They don't really care for it at all. And even those within those communities and stuff, guess what? A number of them who were fans and stuff, who are part of these communities, they hate it. All right. But that's something that Disney Studios, as well as Marvel Studios, including Kevin Feige himself, will have to actually go ahead and live with. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts that I've covered on this topic. Like I said, what do you think Kevin Feige will actually do? Do you think he's actually going to leave? Do you think he should go ahead and concentrate on his own future endeavors as becoming a director as well as a writer of his own merit? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to smash the like button and share far wide across social media if you enjoy what I shared in the video. And if you have done so already, you enjoyed all the content I put out there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.